You know, Cruz is going to be really angry at himself because he let Tank Davis off the hook in that last round. Here, let me mute it. And Tank Davis was clearly hurt. Something happened to his hand. So the whole last round, Tank Davis was doing a lot of movement and fighting with one hand, pretty much jabbing. So I got my scorecards here. Cruz definitely won round number 1. That showed us that he was there to not play any games. I gave him round number 4 and round number 11. Round number 12, I gave that to Tank Davis. Tank Davis had one hand. Now, close rounds, I'm talking about rounds that could have really definitely went to Cruz, but I gave the Tank was round 9, or that was a slip, round 9 and round 10. So Tank is good. He's shown us he got a chin. He showed us that he can go 12. Remember, he hasn't, I don't think he's ever been 12 rounds. But that was just a little trip. I don't think he's ever been 12 rounds. You know, coming into the fight, what was it, 25-0 with 24 KOs. So it was good to see him have the engine to go 12 rounds against a solid, hard-hitting pressure fighter. Don't get me wrong, there's something wrong with his hand. Don't get me wrong, he's not coming out of this fight like this was a tough fight for him. Here was the punch stats. Pause it if you have to. This was a really tough fight for him, yo. 553 for Cruz, 121 landed, 462. Oh, there you are. You're listening in.
You know, the volume not ever big for Davis. Usually he finds a way to create the knockout, but obviously, you know, could be a close fight.
Last weekend, George Kambosos in this division recorded one of the biggest upsets of the year.
2 weekends in a row.
So yeah, let's listen to the scorecards because I'm pretty Tank should get a clear win. But I wouldn't be surprised if cards are a little janky.
Decision. Here are the score totals. Judge of ringside, Zachary Young scores about 116 to 112. Judges Max DeLuca and Carla Kais both score the bout 115 to 113. All three in favor of the winner. And still the undefeated WBA Lightweight Champion of the world, Gervonta.
Safe to say toughest fight of his career. Gonna do a flip.
Gervonta Tank Davis overcoming a double tough Cruz, overcoming adversity, overcoming injury, remaining undefeated. But for Cruz, despite the loss, hey, this fight did indeed change his life.
Absolutely, and I think those 115, 113 scores really pretty accurate. Cruz showed a lot, and that man showed a lot in that, especially that last round, getting by on one hand and showing the ability to box. But Cruz, 23 years of age, good future for him.
Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Morrow, thank you very much. Tank, congratulations on this fight. First, let's start off. Did you hurt your left hand in the 9th or 10th round?
Yeah, I hurt my left hand in probably like the 6th round, but, I got through it.
Is it broken?
I don't know. I got to go get it checked out. It's shaking, but it is what it is. That's what comes with the sport.
How long in the fight were you unable to use it? We detected it about the 10th round. You said the 6th round. Were you unable to be effective with it since that point?
Yeah, because, he's a shorter fighter, so I was throwing down and I hit him on top of the head. So
there you go.
I hit my knuckle and then I messed it up. I couldn't really throw like effective the whole fight.
It's rare that you fight somebody, if ever, that's shorter, at least in your pro days. How difficult was that assignment?
It was, I had to get through it. No matter if he's taller or shorter, get through it. That's my whole object.
Tank, he just kept coming at you and coming at you and coming at you, toe to toe. He was not a guy, and here he is. Congratulations on a terrific fight.
He's definitely a warrior. He's definitely a warrior. I think that, even though he didn't get the win, our star was born tonight.
He wasn't scared to mix it up, and most of the time, guys will back up from you. How different was that approach for you to take on?
The beginning of the fight, we know opponents come out strong, but I felt that as I was going on and on with the fight that, he was breaking down, but it happened, I hurt my hand, so I couldn't get him out of there.
The guys commented, Al and Morrow and Abner said there was a data download. By about the 7th round, you figured it out, that you took your time, and just like usual, you waited and were patient, and then you figured out just exactly what you had to do. Was that the case? Were you just taking in the information?
I mean, yeah, I'm not a fighter that, just go out there and try to look out for the knockout. So I was just warming up, see what he do the best, was his strong hand. I knew that he was coming wide, so I had to come under his arms, even though he was shorter, just duck down a little lower.
Does this deserve a rematch?
Hell no, but I appreciate him taking the opportunity to bring out. I thank everybody that came out tonight, everybody that watched on Showtime. LA, we did it, baby. Home of Kobe.
Indeed it is. You have 24-8 in tribute. The Stars turned out. You've now sold out in Baltimore, in Atlanta, and now Los Angeles. Tank, what would you like to do next? What would you like to do with this division? Will you stay where you are at this weight or go back to 140?
Whatever best opportunity out there for me, I'm here for it, man. Once again, I want to thank Showtime. I want to thank Al Heyman. I want to thank Mayweather Promotion, everybody in Los Angeles that came out, everybody that paid that hard money on Showtime. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
Haney, Kambosos, one of those folks, maybe Garcia. Kambosos was here. You just saw what he did in his fight.
All them guys is easy work. They're easy work, man. Easy work. I'm the top dog.
Congratulations, Tank. Appreciate it. Isak, it was a terrific fight. Certainly the fans appreciated your effort this evening. Did you feel you won the fight?
¿Tú pensaste que ganaste la pelea? Los fanáticos aquí apoyándote.
No tengo nada que decir. El público es el que vio ganar, vio nacer una nueva estrella y que viva México.
Viva Mexico. They saw a star be born today, and they're speaking. The fans are speaking on who won this fight.
Why did you continue to press so much throughout the entire fight? Why did you feel that was effective?
¿Por qué tú crees que era efectivo mantener la presión toda la pelea?
El estilo Pitbull. Hicimos ver mal a un gran campeón como lo es Gervonta Davis y vieron que no acaba de nacer una nueva estrella en los 135. Su nombre es Isaac el Pitbull Cruz.
Yeah, that's my style. Pitbull is always going to be on the attack, always pressuring, and that's why we did that kind of fight, just pressuring. That's our kind of fight.
When did you notice that his left hand was not effective anymore and that he wasn't using it?
¿Cuándo te diste cuenta que ya la zurda de él no estaba trabajando bien?
Desde como el quinto round.
Like in the 5th round, I saw that it wasn't working correctly, his hand.
And do you feel you were able to take advantage of that?
¿Tú tomaste ventaja de eso cuando tú sabías que había un problema con la mano?
No, nosotros mantuvimos el ritmo de trabajo desde la primera campanada hasta la última campanada, y si el público lo merece, que haya una revancha.
Yes, I think we maintained the rhythm right from the start to the end, and if the fans want another fight, a rematch, I want it.
Isak, thank you. Congratulations on a terrific fight. Okay, go ahead.
Gracias a Showtime, a Manny Pacquiao, a Al Heyman, a Mayweather Promotion y a toda la gente que vino a apoyar en el Staples Center.
I want to thank everybody, especially the fans that came to Staples Center, Showtime, also Al Heyman and Manny Pacquiao.
All right, thank you. All right, Morrow, back to you.
Manny Pacquiao, huge influence on Isak Cruz, Floyd Mayweather, huge influence.
Let's cut straight to the shit. All right. My top 135 pounders. Now we're going to do 2 lists, one based off skills and one off accomplishments. George Kambosos, big dog, he got all the belts, number 1. Tank Davis, number 2. Devin Haney, number 3. Lomachenko, number 4. This list is fucked. Let me not do that list. That list sounds really, really dumb. Let me do who I think the best is. How about not accomplishments? Listen, right now, my top 5. I'm talking about if I had to put everything into a basket, my whole life, everything, and to who I think could beat everybody at 135 pounds, I'm going with Lomachenko 1, Tank Davis number 2, Devin Haney number 3. I don't trust King Rye. He always talking shit. He got Twitter fingers. George Kambosos number 4, Teofimo Lopez number 5. How's that sound? How's that sound? That's my top 5 right there. Now, the only fighter I really think can beat Tank is Lomachenko. Devin Haney, I haven't seen enough yet. By the way, here's those scorecards if you want to see him again. Devin Haney, I haven't seen enough yet. I like Devin Haney. But when you look at like Jojo Diaz, Gamboa, Linares, he ain't really like, those are 3 fighters like I expected him to dominate, you know? I mean, yeah, he won, but he ain't dominate. Like, you know, like dominate, like statement type fights, you know? So right now, I would pick Tank Davis over Devin Haney. Because Tank Davis has shown us so much. And right now, can you say Isaac Cruz is his biggest fight? Meaning Tank Davis? I mean, you know, toughest fight. Now 26-0. He went the distance with him. You got to give him that. Meaning Isaac Cruz. Mario Barrios was tough. He was losing on the cards before he got the stoppage. Leo Santa Cruz, well, you know, the smaller fighter. You know, but Leo Santa Cruz was laying hands on him before also he got stopped. Gamboa, well, he had 1 foot, 1 shoe. You know, and then it was Pedraza. Cuellar was a nice solid win. Cuellar had a nice little run. But now who's going to be next for Tank Davis? He's going to be mandated to fight George Kambosos because the WBA is consolidating their belts. But something tells me that if Rolly Romero gets through his little scandal, that they may revisit that, because there was some chatter about it on the 44% think that Tank won, 36% think that Isaac Cruz won. I don't think it's an argument that Tank Davis won. You know, yeah, Isaac Cruz was doing good work, but he wasn't necessarily the ring general. You know, yes, he had aggression, but wasn't always effective. You know, and he was fighting in bursts. That's why those close rounds. So, for example, I gave Isaac number 1, round number 1, number 4, number 11, and okay, all right, give him 10. The 12th round he should have took. The 12th round could have changed the whole decision. You know, and it doesn't help that Tank Davis beat him with 1 hand. You know, in that last round. But Tank Davis had the bigger punches, even though we seen that Tank Davis can be touched. See, here's the thing. If you beat Tank Davis, I think you got to outbox him, because he got a chin. And also, I've been hearing about those stories of those wars he would have down in D.C. and Baltimore and, you know, all of that. You know, like he's got some gym wars with him. Like, so his chin, it ain't no pussy shit with the chin. Like, you know, so he can take some shots. And he was taking a vicious body beating too from Isaac Cruz. But one thing he's shown is that, like, he can dish it out. So when I'm looking at, and we've seen Lomachenko can be dropped. I'm looking at, like, you know, and Lomachenko lost to Teofimo. Listen, no matter what, just like I'm not making no excuses for Teofimo losing to George, I ain't making no excuses for Lomachenko fucking using that slow ass internet fucking speed 3G technology to download that bullshit data, you know, in the Teofimo Lopez fight. Like, it took him forever to get the 5G, you know. Step your game up. You're supposed to be the fucking Matrix. You with some bullshit internet downloading that slow ass data. And Ryan Garcia, I'm not trying to hear nothing from Ryan Garcia. I don't trust him, and that's my right. I don't think Ryan Garcia that good. Like, don't get me, he got a nice skill set, but all he doing is yapping and talking and yapping and talking. And it's like, bro, are you gonna fight or what? Like, what is you doing with your life? Anybody trying to hear that? You know, next year I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna do this. You know, I missed a fight game, I wanna do this. I wanna do that. Yeah, I ain't trying to hear that shit, you know? But for some reason, I think they're going to revisit the Rolly fight. Now, remember, unless they pull a power move for George Kambosos has multiple options. He could fight Devin Haney on the zone in Australia. Devin Haney already says, that he wants that fight, and, it will clear up all that WBC mess. Devin Haney defeated Jojo Diaz to unify the WBC interim championship. And then they could unify that franchise in the regular WBC championship. And I'm sure the Zone will throw in extra money. He's saying he wants it in Australia. Maybe PBC can sweeten the pot and throw a whole bunch of money at George Kambosos like they did Canelo and Caleb Plant to bring that fight over to their side. Have Tank Davis, and of course they're going to bill it as undisputed. Have Kambosos versus Tank Davis, on PBC or Showtime Pay-Per-View. Now, it's a little bit of bad blood with PBC and the promoter of George Kambosos, Lou DiBella. So, of course, it would probably take a really, really lot of money. And for them to, and DiBella's probably going to play hardball. You also got that option of Tank Davis versus Lomachenko on pay-per-view. Bob Arum and Top Rank have been flirting around with that. They have, for quite some. I mean, Bob Arum and PBC and Top Rank been flirting around with that. They've been talking about it. Remember when Lomachenko called out Tank Davis before he lost to T.O., of course. And Bob Arum had said, I believe it was to the Boxing Social, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember, but he did an interview where around the time when they made Wilder Fury 1, they were talking about how, maybe we can put together, Tank versus Loma or Loma versus Tank, however they would bill it. And then, of course, the Rolly Romero fight for Tank. Oh, and by the way, George Kambosos can fight Lomachenko too. If he fights Tank, it'll be on pay-per-view. If he fights Haney, it'll be on the Zone. Remember, he is promoted by DiBella, but he's a network broadcaster free agent, and he's been doing all kind of media rounds, getting pretty much honored by the Miami Heat. Didn't he get his own jersey? Getting put on a big screen at both and doing commentary for the Zone, Haney versus Diaz, and pretty much was the star in the arena during Tank versus Cruz. But overall, good solid card. I enjoyed it. Great go to bed Sunday night. Why is my clock not up here? Put that up there real quick. Sunday night cards are still weird to me a little bit. We got another one on, when's December the 18th? Is that a Saturday or Sunday? No, it's a Saturday. Because wasn't the last Tyron Woodley fight, the Jake Paul Tyron Woodley fight on a Sunday? Here is the card. Let's just go recap it real quick. Not impressed with Sebastian Findora. I think Erickson Lubin's going to beat him. He got a win over Sergio Garcia to win another final eliminator, or an eliminator to be the Charlo Castaño 2 mandatory. Sergey Derevyanchenko, 36 years old, got a lot of war miles on him in the ring. Losing 4 of his last 5, most recently tonight against Carlos Adames. He's at 160. Don't be surprised that we see him versus Charlo. And Eduardo Ramirez defeated Miguel Mariaga. And then, of course, Tank Davis versus Cruz. I'm going to go lay in the bed and listen to my little audio books. Shout out to Audible. Take your time. Like, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at T Street Controversy and also on Instagram at T Street Controversy. See you guys soon. Thanks for watching.